My name is Heike Schmitz. I'm the co-chair of the Infrastructure Task Force, which is one of the working groups of the Insurance Development Forum, and we're looking at how insurance can facilitate building resilient infrastructure in emerging and developing countries. That's my secret identity. In my normal life, I'm a partner at law firm Herbert with Freehills, and I work with funds and asset managers on investments, including investments into climate finance. I think the private sector, and in particular the insurance industry, has a very important role to play. Why in particular the insurance industry? Because it has two roles it can play in that context. One of which is obviously insuring against risk, underwriting, helping communities to bear increasing risk. But the other role, and that's the one I'm particularly passionate about, is also the investment side. Insurers are big amalgamations of cash, of premiums, and these premiums historically have been invested in all kinds of things with a very clear focus on generating returns, but there was a total disconnect between that and the actual underwriting business and the risk that could produce. And what we're seeing over the last decade or so is that these two sides of the medal are converging, and that insurers now see that with the investments they make, they can actually be instrumental to both creating risk but also mitigating risk. So now these things come together, and this is why I think within the private sector, insurers have a particularly important role to play in that context. I firmly believe that all solutions will require that type of collaboration. And maybe to give an example, the current blueprint, the investment concept that we're working on as a task force to facilitate investments in infrastructure in emerging and developing countries is a very good example of that type of collaboration that is needed. Obviously, insurers as the main providers of capital will be required to provide cash, to provide money to actually make investments. But whatever they do in terms of making investments, they will also need to rely on governments, both in their home countries and in the receiving countries where the investments are being made, to permit, facilitate and support the investments and make sure that the infrastructure that is being built is also part of a larger plan to protect communities. But also, even with those two players, that's not sufficient. We need a third person as part of the overall dance, which are the development finance institutions, who will support with their guarantee and risk-bearing capital to enable insurers to unlock more money to make these investments. So the blueprint for me is a perfect example of how all these three players have to work together to actually find a good and scalable solution. I think we've heard a lot of calls to action and provocative statements tonight, and I'm the least actually to make one that's being heard. But I think reflecting on what we've heard tonight, the big topic or theme that always evolves is that we need more collaboration. I can't fix the climate crisis. No one can fix the climate crisis by themselves. It's a huge problem. It's an all-encompassing problem. It is a problem that needs solutions that bring together the expertise, the power of very different actors. And so my call to action is not actually a call to action, it's a call to collaboration. And I think that is the key to success, and this is what we're seeing at the Insurance Development Forum.